Muse's The Handler is one of the most obvious music videos about monarch mind control ever created. However, it takes some basic knowledge on the subject to understand the true meaning of the video. Let's take a closer look. Muse's lead singer Matt Bellamy was never a stranger to themes relating to the occult elite and mind control. The band's 2009 album, The Resistance, contained titles such as Uprising and MKUltra, which alluded to obscure topics relating to conspiracy theories. After the success of that album, Muse obtained some music industry recognition, participated in the 2012 Olympics closing ceremonies, which is just a big occult elite ritual anyway, and since then, the band's message somewhat shifted. Indeed, Matt Bellamy went from stating in 2006, "September 11 is clearly an inside job. There's massive evidence that suggests that it was either allowed to happen or even worse, deliberately made to happen," to flip-flopping on the subject in 2012. I don't believe that anymore. Although there are lots of questions to be answered, I still read a lot about political history, the influence of corporations and the military, but I make sure I'm reading from credible sources. I think my political views are a bit more nuanced now. These kinds of statements, combined with a more subdued second album, led fans to wonder if the band sold out to the music business. However, the band's latest album, Drones, brings Muse back to its Resistance roots, and it even goes further down the rabbit hole. Drones is indeed a concept album that follows the protagonist's journey from abandonment to indoctrination as a human drone and eventual defection. Matt Bellamy described Drones as an album about the dehumanization of modern warfare. To me, drones are metaphorical psychopaths which enable psychopathic behavior with no recourse. The world is run by drones, utilizing drones to turn us all into drones. This album explores the journey of a human, from their abandonment and loss of hope, to their indoctrination by the system to be a human drone, to their eventual defection from their oppressors. The album cover of Drones depicts an unseen puppet master controlling a drone who is controlling masses of drones. The sixth song on the album, entitled The Handler, describes the protagonist's indoctrination, and this indoctrination is clearly accomplished through monarch mind control. The vocabulary of the song and the symbolism of the video could not be clearer, making The Handler one of the most clearest references to monarch programming in popular culture to date. Let's look at the video. The song is about an MK slave singing to his handler. Right from the start, the lyrics refer to trauma-based mind control.
You were my oppressor, and I have been programmed to obey. Now you are my handler, and I will execute your demands.
The handler was first the oppressor, as he subjected the slave to unbearable pain, torture, and trauma in order to induce dissociation. Once that is accomplished, the oppressor becomes the handler, who programs an alter persona that can be controlled at will. In the video, a shady figure in a black hood plays the role of the handler. He's sticking out of a strange structure which appears to be the brain of the slave. While the handler acts as the master of ceremonies, symbolic images rotate around the slave's brain. All of them refer to monarch programming, and many of them are actual MK triggers. Here, a moon crescent inside of a cage represents the imprisonment of the MK slave. Then, Alice in Wonderland appears. This fairy tale is used by MK handlers to program slaves as they are encouraged to follow the white rabbit through the looking glass towards dissociation. Here we see Minnie Mouse, a reference to Mickey Mouse programming, and left of it, a chest full of monarch butterflies flying around. Pinocchio also later makes an appearance. The story of a wooden puppet created by a puppeteer who turns into a real boy resonates deeply in MK programming. Another item waltzing in front of the handler is a teddy bear. Plush toys and pets are often given to slaves so they can bond with them and get some comfort. The lyrics of the song mention the key steps of monarch programming. The chorus alludes to the ultimate goal of monarch programming, dissociation.
Leave me alone. I must dissociate.
The second verse of the song relates to the state of the slave after programming.
Behold, my transformation.
The video spells out transformation as transformation. It is a reference to the book Transformation of America by Kathy O'Brien. Transformation of America is one of the first books ever to reveal the monarch mind control system used by the occult elite. Here's a passage from Kathy O'Brien's biography.
I have prepared this book for your review and edification concerning a little-known tool that our United States government is covertly, illegally, and unconstitutionally using to implement the New World Order, One World Government. This well-documented tool is a sophisticated and advanced form of behavior modification, brainwashing, most commonly known as mind control. My first-hand knowledge of this top-secret U.S. government psychological warfare technique is drawn from my personal experience as a White House presidential model, mind control slave.
The rest of the second verse describes the powerlessness of a programmed MK slave who cannot help but to obey the handler's orders. The slave is a stranger in his own mind.
And you are empowered to do as you please. My mind was lost in translation, and my heart has become a cold and impassive machine.
The third verse is about the slave rebelling and attempting to break his programming.
I won't let you control my feelings anymore, and I will no longer do as I am told, and I am no longer afraid to walk alone. Let me go, let me be. I'm escaping from your grip. You will never own me again.
During the third verse, things change in the mind of the slave. The moon is free from its cage, the monarch butterflies are free from the chest, and the handler is dead. However, like most stories about monarch programming, victory is just an illusion. As the camera zooms out, we see another larger handler above the dead handler. In the MK system, there are multiple levels of handlers. Most MK handlers are slaves themselves, who are used to carry out the dirty work as superior level handlers oversee the entire process. Notice how the teddy bear now hangs upside down. This is symbolic for losing a loved one or losing the thing that you're closest to. So what does this mean? Is Muse controlled by the elite? Are they against the elite? That's not really clear. As stated in an article by Pseudo-Occult Media, there's a duality that permeates the message and symbolism of Muse's work. On one hand, some of their work has a rebellious and revolutionary message, but on the other hand, the band ultimately just adds more occult noise in the mass media with a slightly different perspective. While the symbolism of the handler could not be clearer for someone who knows about monarch mind control, it still goes way above the heads of regular viewers. Just go over and read the YouTube comments on the video. In the end, the work of Muse accomplishes what symbolism does best. It reveals to those who are in the know and conceals from those who are not. For this reason, it is up to us to be aware of these types of things and understand what mass media is trying to sell us. Otherwise, we will turn into drones who are controlled by other drones, that are controlled by other drones, and that are controlled by other drones. This is ODD TV. Thanks for watching.